What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey.
I'm back. It's your host, Chris.
On a trial basis. And as y'all can see right there. That's why we kicked him off the first time. Too much vulgarity. Y'all know Nick. Y'all seen him before. You know, he was the one that was slandering Josh Giddey. Nick, how's everything with you? Now, to be fair, though, he's a Bulls fan. Yeah, that was the main reason why. But it's not the only.
Nick, I still stand by what I said. I take back absolutely nothing. I want to apologize to absolutely nobody. I'll try to keep it PG, but let's hope Josh Giddey does too.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a
or maybe
fair
don't
request.
Keep it PG, depending on your perspective.
That's a fair request, I think. That's a fair request, right? So what we're gonna do, y'all see the jersey, right? Y'all hear the banter. So we're gonna talk about basketball, but it's about the jersey because we got to give some love to the New York Liberty for winning the championship for 2024. But we also got to give the women some love for actually playing a phenomenal season too, and bringing more viewership, more eyes, more entertainment to our lovely hearts. So, fellas, y'all about ready?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and kick it off. Y'all know what we talking about, WNBA.
DC the beat man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, y'all see the jersey, you know what I mean? And underneath it, fun fact, I have a Kevin Durant shirt. Unfortunately, I ain't feel as compelled to wear it, at least display it too much. Because KD and Kyrie couldn't get the job done the way Sabrina and Brianna Stewart and Jonquel and them girls did. You know what I mean? They made New York relevant. You know what I'm saying? That's something that ain't been done since 73. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to New York. Did y'all enjoy the finals for the WNBA?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, finals was incredibly fun.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is y'all ain't have no gripes with the WNBA finals. That's cool. That's what I wanted to know. So y'all was cool. The refs did their thing. Stewie and them was fine. Like, y'all ain't have no issues with nothing.
No, I mean, the only issue I might have is Ionescu and I'm missing 18 shots. But like, listen, she made the one when it mattered the most in the fourth quarters. Like,
well, not that game, but like,
not that game.
But Nick,
even that game, she made the 1-3 she made was key. You know, in them coming back from that deficit. So. Listen, if you miss 18 shots and you win the championship, nobody's complaining.
Nice. Well,
right?
Some people do complain. Some people have complained, right? But I want you, Nick, to look at your right, brother, real quick. You see that man right there? Kobe did, in fact, miss 18 shots, ladies and gentlemen, in the finals, Game 7. And here's the crazy thing. We don't slander him because, he got 20-plus points, and he got 11 rebounds or 15 or whatever it was. Well, if you look at someone like Sabrina Ionescu, she got 7 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken, and then 8 assists. And again, she's a point guard, 2 turnovers. So that's a really good assist-to-turnover ratio, 4-1. That means every 4 assists, she got 1 turnover. Yes, you would like to see more than 18 field goals missed, but I ain't mad at that performance because it showed me, and it should show everybody else, there's more things to win. There's more things you can do outside of just scoring to help your team win a game.
Someone's always got to step up. You know, if somebody's not making a shot, someone's going to step up. Kobe had Powell. You know, Sabrina had Jonquel.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you brought up Jonquel too, because we've talked about her before as the X Factor and stuff like that. Do you believe that Jonquel can repeat this performance going forward, or was this more of a favorable matchup for her?
Well, I mean, what did I say, you know, before the season we were talking about can anybody beat the Aces? Is I said, listen, if Jonquel Jones steps up this year, they need her to be able to step up to go up against the other great big men in big women in WNBA. And I mean, that's what she did. She went down there. She knocked heads in the paint. She got some key buckets inside. She even stepped out, tried to give some spacing when they needed it. She stepped up, and they're champions as a result.
Okay. So there's no cons for the pro in Jonquel Jones. I hear you. You looking a little bit like, I don't know. Like, you seem a little bit like, finals won't that appealing to me. Like, what's up? Talk to me, champ. What's wrong?
Ain't nothing wrong.
Are you sure? Because I don't know, bro. You looking a little hurt right now. Like,
No.
so everything in the finals was good for you?
Minus, I say, minus.
Shout outs to Starbucks, I guess.
Sponsor? Maybe?
The only thing that I can say, like caught my eye just a little bit was how the officiation was for like all 5 games. Like,
You think it was bad all 5 games or good all 5 games?
it was
Like
good.
overall.
It was good 5 games.
Okay. Did they have a bad game for you officiating wise?
Yes, they did.
Which ones?
The game 5 because
So the last one.
yes.
Y'all got close.
No,
That's what
because
they say, y'all got close.
Just hear me out. Because the way that Minnesota was like mugging it out from throughout the whole game and literally made it into the overtime. Coach from Link said it at best. They took that shit away from us. And honestly, I 1000% agree because it was some calls. It was some calls that went it New York way. It should have went in Minnesota way. But other than that, like, it was a tremendous finals. It's like,
So to be clear, so you're saying the officiating is the reason why the Liberty are champions now. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that that's one of the main reasons. I'm saying like the Liberty was a better team from like start to finish. They wanted more. They wanted it more. They wanted it more. And the Lynx did too.
I don't know.
And the
know
Lynx
if they
did
wanted
too.
it more now, bro. Like in terms of officiating, I've heard the narrative that they were robbed, right?
Yes, that
I
was
don't
robbed.
think they were robbed. Going back to the play that we all were looking at, right? Brianna Stewart drives, gets fouled by, I believe, Elena Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And we looked at that play, ladies and gentlemen. We looked at this play so extensively, okay? Because we had to see, did she actually foul her? There were multiple camera angles, and ultimately, I think we all assessed that, she was fouled. Actually, we said that. I don't know if you actually said whether or not she was fouled.
She was fouled.
So, for me, I thought the officiating was good enough. Both sides had missed calls go their way. Like Game 4, you could say there was some missed calls, and the Lynx happened to win. Game 5, you want to say the same thing happened, but okay, cool. But like, it happened both ways. So for me, I thought it was fine. I liked the finals. It was a rough and rugged series overall. I didn't think it would go 5 until I found out that, you know what, this is gonna be the last Game 5 we gonna have, because their next season is gonna be a possible Game 7. So that made me think it might go 5, but it wasn't because of the teams. And you said something about the Liberty being the best team, and I think talent-wise they have the best starting 5. They do have the best team, but I think in terms of cohesion, I might lean the Lynx just because of they were a well-oiled machine offensively and defensively, and like you were alluding to earlier, the Liberty had some lapses on defense. Yeah. Like Nafisa Collier scoring early on, back-to-back plays where I'm like, hey, yo.
In the Game 5, I say, like, in the Game 5, like, Minnesota literally blitzed them. I mean, they blitzed them, and then at New York find a way to, like, again, mug it out, to literally even to get back into the game, and B, push it into overtime.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where this is ultimately going to be ranked in terms of WNBA finals, because these were the top 2 teams in the season. They met for the Commissioner Cup, right? The Lynx won the Commissioner Cup. Liberty won the championship. So I think all of these things factored in. Like Stewie was the reigning MVP. They were in the finals last year. Nafisa could have won MVP and Depoy when we think about it. Like that was a possibility because she was number 2 in MVP.
Was she number 2 in Depoy as well?
No, she won Depoy.
Oh, she won Depoy.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So, in terms of rankings, like Caleb McBride was there, Courtney Williams played well. Like I wonder where this is going to rank in terms of WNBA finals across the board. So because like we all said it was very entertaining, and I think it's put the WNBA on quite a pedestal for me personally, quite personally. But I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to harp too long because y'all heard the buzzer just sound. Now we're gonna keep it structured. We're gonna keep it timely. You know what I'm saying? But we do have more basketball to come back to and talk about. So y'all see the Blue Devils. Just wanted to give us a shout out. When we come back, wow. I mean, you got a Blue Devil shirt on right there. We'll come back after a moment from our sponsors. Hair Talk. Hair Talk.
The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation believes that routine screenings can save lives and that access to these services should not be a barrier. Our mission is to promote eye health education, free eye exams, free eye screenings, and free glasses to our communities with the focus of highlighting early detection. The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation also gives individuals with low vision and blindness the opportunities to be a part of certain community events regardless of visual impairments.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Listen, we've talked about the Liberty, right? Yes or no, do y'all got them winning this upcoming season? They just won before. Yes or no? Nick, we'll start with you since you guessed.
I'll take the field on that.
Okay.
With Stewie, yes. And without Stewie, no.
Interesting.
With Stewie, yes. Without Stewie, absolutely not.
It's an interesting statement. Okay. I like them. I'm gonna say they can win it back to back. Like they're my favorites right now, and it's not just because they won it. Like it's again the construction. I think Jonquel can repeat what she did. Phoebish is what's helpful too, and the bench seems good enough. Like I expect a little jump from Nayara Sabali next season. I don't not a massive jump, but her confidence into next season I think is going to be good. This will be a good offseason for her. So I do think the Liberty can run it back. You said the field though. Is there anybody in the field that stands out to you then?
I mean, we saw from the past couple years now, the WNBA, where defense can get you a long way and get you a good chance. You know, the Sun, as long as they're able to keep that squad together, obviously. But I know there's a lot of pieces that are potentially moving on, depending on what the organization wants to do as well.
Right.
But the Lynx were also, I think, number 2 in defense or in defensive rating. As long as you have a good defensive foundation in the playoffs, especially, it'll always give you a chance to break through. And I think the finals, especially Game 5, was a testament to how important team play is. even for the New York Liberty, who you would think was a summation of individuals, like their big stars weren't playing well. I don't remember what Stewie and Ionescu went combined. I think it was a little for a lot in terms of shots made to shots attempted, but they were still able to pull it out. Yeah, they were able to pull it out, going 5 of 34. Meanwhile, the Lynx, yes, they have Nafisa Collier, who is their number one go-to, but they were able to get a bunch of different contributions from a bunch of different places, a lot of different pieces, and it's a testament to how important team play is at all levels of basketball. So I think that it's tough to ask. We've seen New York be somewhat unreliable in the playoffs in years before, and they're finally able to break through. Great for them. But anything can happen. And obviously this upcoming offseason is going to be very potentially turbulent and have a lot of things happen. So that's why I would be betting the field. I would think if I had to give anybody a chance, if all the teams stay relatively the same, I think New York probably has the best chance of any other team. But I don't think it's more than a 50% chance.
Okay. So you like New York, but you also feel like too the defensive teams are going to give them a run for their money. They do say offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. Liberty does have both. But so do some other teams, though. Chris, you're looking a little quiet. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Blue Devils that you got there repping us. What's your... stop touching your shirt. What's your... who's your other, right? We said Liberty, but who's your other? Who's your other if you got a squad? List one.
I got the Aces.
Aces? Okay. All right. I mean, they were back-to-back champions, so that is... Okay, that is... Is there any particular reason why? Because
besides like a couple teams, the Aces is probably like the only team that has like an actual structure, front office, coach, and players and teams. Unless I say they still got their pieces left that can make one more run. But like I said, like we was talking and doing the pre-show, I feel like they need another go get a bucket. Like I love Kelsey. Hold on. No, Paul. Whoa. Hold up. I said. Just hear me out.
they got 4 All-Stars.
Just hear me out. Okay.
No, my fault. Please continue to explain how this team can get away with cheating. Go ahead.
Okay.
Or unless they're going to trade away a piece, like they're going to get another bucket. That is just...
I mean, what?
They have the most dominant scorer in the game right now. Like
physically dominant scoring. That could be an arguable discussion. She's up there though, at minimum top 3. But like Asia Wilson's there. Kelsey gives you at least 15 to 18. Jackie gives you that. Chelsea on a bad year didn't do what she should have or could have. But again, she was injured too though. So I don't know. You say another bucket getter. That's again, just be clear. Are you saying add an additional player or trade one of those players?
I'll say add another player.
I don't know who or what you can bring back, but
okay, because Kelsey. Because Plum is a free agent. Now, does she want to stay?
Does she want to stay?
That's the thing. Does she want to stay and run that cohesive back, or would you want to go to another team and get paid more?
Okay, so let's do this then. Let's look at the WNBA free agency list, right? So we got, because we mentioned a couple of teams. Because for example, even my squads that I would pick, I would love to say teams like the Wings, like the Storm, like the Mercury. Problem is, all of those teams got question marks at this very current point in time. Like I don't know who's gonna stay, who's gonna go. So, for the free agency upcoming right now, point in time. Atlanta Dreams is about to lose Tina Charles, potentially. We'll see what shakes. Kennedy Carter, she could be leaving your sky. Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, I believe, for the Sun, free agents.
Yeah, both of them
Satu
are.
Sabali off the Dallas Wings. Kelsey Mitchell off the Indiana Fever. Kelsey Plum, like you said, for the Aces. And then Ari McDonald off the Sparks. Natisha Heidemann off the Lynx. Brianna Stewart off the Liberty. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. We got here Brittany Griner for the Mercury. Nneka Ogwumike for the Storm. Elena Delle for the Mystics. And that one could be huge too. Like there's a lot of players which we talked about. Okay, a bucket getter. They brought in CP before. Does Elena Delle want to move to Las Vegas? Now we've seen her move to the Mystics because of her family.
Yeah.
So that's the question mark. Also her injury history too. But if you go to a team like the Aces, or maybe a team like the Storm, or whomever, maybe a team like the Sun you could use because they don't need a big. They need more shooting. They need more guards. So maybe that could make a thing. Like maybe that could make something interesting. There's a few teams that I can see like with the right trades, they could definitely make some noise. And I'm very interested over this offseason. That's something we got to follow for certain. What's one player, one destination y'all want to see people go to?
I mean, I've been my parents went to Delaware, so I've always been a big Elena Delle Donne fan.
Okay.
Like, if you're the Aces and you're thinking of taking a huge swing to try to get back on top of that mountain, and you're able, and Elena Delle Donne is like able to, because obviously she has, her sister, I think it's her sister who like has the, she's helping her with health issues. Mm-hmm. If she's able to make that work and she wants to come back, because that's also a big if, and she's able to stay healthy, that's a huge difference maker. As you said, the Aces, they need some consistent shooting, and I mean, not many have done it better than Elena Delle Donne. So
that would be an interesting pairing.
That would be a heck of a swing.
If you can pair Asia and Elena Delle Donne, I got to see how the money would work.
Exactly. There's a lot of things that have to go.
But that would be an interesting pairing. Chris, who's a pairing for you? Again, on the free agency list. And then what team would you want to see him go to?
I would love to see Tina go to Seattle. If they lose Nneka, what better big you can get than Tina?
You think Tina's better than Brittany Griner right now?
Cool. That's a damn good question.
I was about to say, hold on, don't do that. Don't do that. I like Tina, but don't do that now.
That's a damn good
Because
question.
I don't know if BG leaves.
I think she would leave.
That would be
Potential
interesting.
free agent is that's all.
No. I'm saying like that would be interesting though, because let's say DT retires, which I do believe she is going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think. All right, how far can the Mercury go now? What can you bring back to the table? BG, Kalia Copper, that's a solid building block right there. Someone like Satu Sabali, you able to get someone like her?
Or you could just go full.
That's a nice.
You could just go full big, just for at least for the very least for the memes, and just get Tina Charles and Brittany Griner on the same team.
They've tried that before with Tina Charles with Mercury, and it didn't really work out too well. Yeah.
Somebody already thought of this. Okay.
Well, they didn't pair them together. They didn't play they didn't play together.
Okay.
It was when BG was in Russia at the time.
Oh, I see.
But so I don't think Tina's gonna spin the ball.
Negative spacing, but you'll get all the rebounds. So
I don't think negative spacing. I actually like the idea of BG and Tina Charles on the same squad because they can actually shoot the ball. Like Tina and BG can both shoot threes and mid ranges and be on the block.
Really? Okay, I have not been thinking.
No. Now the frequency we got to talk about.
Right.
But they're competent shooters.
Brittany's a shooter now. Like a little bit.
BG. When we're talking about shooters, I'm not talking about elite like
No, yeah, I'm not
40%
talking about
from three. I'm talking about a competent 3-point shooter that
Yeah.
you have to guard. You can't just leave her butt naked open at 3-point line.
Yeah.
So
we don't need, when we talk about big men, we don't need them to all be like Brooke Lopez. They can be like Miles Turner, like that level.
And honestly, I think Tina Charles could be like a Brooke Lopez in terms of a scorer out there. So again, that pairing I think does work, and that also made me believe in that ability before the whole Russia situation came across. Like, all right, if we could pair this, that'd be nice. I'd like that. So if we could get something like that, I'd like to see BG become a contender again, because I still believe she's the most dominant, physically, the most physically dominant player in the WNBA at 6'9".
Being that height, it helps a lot.
It does. Like, it really does. But someone like Asia might work out a little bit more than her, too. So that helps Asia out in comparison. So I would love to see Brittany Griner go somewhere and possibly make some noise and do something shake. But I also love her paired with Kalia Copper. But BG would be my person to move. I'm just torn where I'd want to ultimately see her go to. That's the only thing.
A sneaking one, Kelsey Mitchell. A perfect team. Just a thought. Just roll with me. Kelsey Mitchell in New York.
I went off the bus. I'm no longer rolling.
New York what?
Liberty.
I don't know if that would be able to. I don't know if they'd be able to do that. They'd have to lose somebody, and I don't know who you want to lose. To be honest with you, I also don't know if the Fever want to give up Kelsey Mitchell with the year that she had with their trio. Like, if you're a statistician, she was second on your team in win shares. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and yeah, she's a solid future building block for them personally, in my opinion.
So now you like win shares?
No, I use win shares in a video that I've done for the MVP. I think you should factor that in. It just shouldn't be the sole reason why somebody should win it.
No, I get you.
Yeah, so, but I mean, we talked about.
See, when I say it's like
Nick
with the stats.
You can't focus solely on statistics. See,
Nick's like, Nick with the statistics.
See, someone out there clearly don't want us to get into a stats competition right there. Y'all heard the buzzer. That's what, unfortunately, what we got to do is take a quick hiatus, pay some bills. We're going to come right back, though. Hopefully he gets the stats out of his system. And then we can talk a little bit more hoops. He said never. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed it thus far. And we will be right back after a moment from our sponsors. Swanky's Construction serves as the general contractor in the metropolitan D.C. area. We're a team of certified professionals who tackle everything from complex large projects to smaller scale jobs. Fueled by our commitment to excellence, we go the extra mile to make sure clients are completely satisfied with our work. Swanky's Construction takes pride in ensuring our clients' home improvement needs are met with efficiency, precision, and perfection. Call us today. You're only seconds away from a consultation or in-person walkthrough. Hooping is an activity that can be enjoyed by all. It's a team game about getting and stopping buckets. Everyone's always rushing to the gold. Well, make sure to rush and watch Team Gold Rush, one of the best teams in the Special Olympics of Virginia. Team Gold Rush even has former NBA All-Star participants on the team. Clearly, they've struck gold. Ready to suit up and practice? I know. We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice still makes perfect. So when the opponent starts hitting their shots, Team Gold Rush can bounce back due to their training. Remember, offense sells tickets and defense wins championships. Watch us get a bucket and rush for the gold. We aim to be that gold standard. So want a team where you can win and have fun? Team Gold Rush is your number one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hey, look, y'all don't believe we actually be leaving and going nowhere. Y'all saw I went to my Chick-fil-A because he got his stuff, you know what I'm saying? Chris said he ain't want to spend no money. He got water, you know what I'm saying? Free 99 is the best policy. I ain't mad at that. But look, refreshing. Just like these rookies for the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people saw this year and they saw Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. There's some other rookies, though, that are actually quite phenomenal. Matter of fact, fun fact, Cameron Brink was actually leading the Rookie of the Year race at the beginning of the season. So I wonder if Caitlin would have been Rookie of the Year if Cameron was still there. I wonder. Or, Rakia Jackson, because she was on my squad, too. Hey, you did make a nice little statement before the season about Camila Cardozo. Like, there are a lot of the rookies, ladies and gentlemen, to focus on. Maybe a lot was a little strong. There are other rookies to focus on outside of Angel and Caitlin. Nick, let's bring it to your attention because you are a Chicago Sky fan. So you got two of the rookies that we've at least should be highlighting in Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo. And you said at the beginning of the season, will Angel Reese be the Rookie of the Year for the Sky? Do you feel like that statement is still in question today?
I think Camila still has the highest potential of the two.
Okay.
But I mean, when I said Angel Reese could be like an Andre Drummond type, I didn't know she was literally going to go out there and be like an Andre Drummond type right away. So I still think Cardozo has the best potential of the two, but right now it seems like Angel Reese is playing better than that. It should be mentioned that Cardozo dealt with injuries to begin the year, and maybe that doesn't help when you're a rookie. You have to wait, a few weeks to get your welcome to the league moments, but kind of stunts the growth a little bit. But hopefully she'll get back on track after the next year and show what she did at South Cal.
Okay. It's interesting because you're a stat guy.
Yeah.
And you, it sounds like you're leaning Angel Reese right now for the better player. Right. No. I'm not talking about going for. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. How you defending his girl. I appreciate that. Shout out to Camila Cardozo. Here's the thing, because you love stats. We were talking about win shares, and Carmilla actually beats out Angel Reese in the win shares, 2.8 to 2.7.
Yeah.
So hearing something like that, also 14 points, 13 rebounds for Angel Reese, and then we have 10 points and 8 rebounds for Camila Cardozo. But then if we go to the defensive side, 0.5 steals and blocks, 0.5 steals and 1.4 blocks, as opposed to clicked the wrong tab. As opposed to 1.3 steals and 0.5 blocks. So hearing those stats, does that sway you any on?
Was the blocks the one with the 1.4 blocks? Was that?
Cardozo? That was Cardozo.
Yeah, so Cardozo has right now a little bit. She has more experience. She's also the defensive anchor. She has more experience in that role, whereas Angel was sort of a utility. Has always been sort of a utility big forward, It's interesting that despite the injuries, Cardozo still put up as many win shares as she did, and especially since there wasn't a lot of wins to share about with the Sky last year. But yeah, I mean, sort of more to my point of Angel Reese out of the box was probably better than Cardozo out at least at the very beginning of the season.
Okay.
But
so that
Cardozo
doesn't
definitely if she continues to improve the way she had been throughout the season.
Okay.
Then I think if we're really trying to figure out which of the two is better, I think that's just an all-win situation.
No, I'm saying just because I meant after you hearing those stats, and I know you were kind of saying Angel was leading, but it didn't seem like it was much. Does that make you shift your answer any after hearing those stats now, present day?
No, I like that both of them are on the Sky, and I think that Cardozo is going to be a future star in the league, and Angel's going to be a very important figure on basketball teams, not just off the court, but also on the court with her ability to rebound the way that she does.
Yeah.
Now, some of those offensive rebounds need to be other people's misses, but
that's a factual statement, but at the same time, I don't want to harp too much on it because I think the narrative gets spun that's the reason why she was a leading rebounder, and it's not. Because even if you factor those away, she was still a top-tier rebounder. I think number 2 behind Asia Wilson, which, is nothing to scoff at. So, but you said something about potential, and Chris, I kind of want to get you into the mix about this one because I think you might be a little biased, right? Because you love your bigs, and I don't think you look at Angel Reese as a big. He said potential. He said, you call her forward a lot of time, but I didn't hear big too much.
I said he could be a big forward.
See, but you don't call Carmelo Cardozo that. See, you give her that little, you know what I'm saying, differentiator. But Chris, real quick, potential wise, do you feel that Camila Cardozo has more potential than Angel Reese?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I feel like Chicago definitely got two of the biggest steals.
Okay.
In the draft.
They drafted well, yeah.
Yes, they did. I feel like Angel is the better player, but Cardozo got the better ceiling. The only reason why I say that because Cardozo can block shots compared to Angel Reese. She can't. Both of them can rebound at a good rate. I feel like Cardozo has the better ceiling, but she's not. I'm trying to use my words right. I don't see her being on that same page as Angel.
I'm confused now. You saying that she has a higher ceiling?
No.
So,
Cardozo has a higher season than Angel, but Angel is the better overall player.
okay, so couple of things. My answer is this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just cut straight to it. I think Angel Reese has the more potential, has a higher potential.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think Angel can have a complete offensive game?
Yeah, I do. I think Angel Reese can be like a wing or a big. When we're talking about from a scoring perspective, she's shown you that she can at least get 14 points inefficiently. Like when we're talking about supporting cast, look at a Caitlin Clark, for example. We have 2 All-Stars. We don't have that same level of assistance. And she's also, it's her rookie year too. I do expect her to get better at shooting. I can see her playmaking a little bit. Now, I am curious about the assist turnover ratio from her standpoint, but I don't see Camila Cardozo assisting the ball like that. So like I don't
playmaker, yeah.
So I don't see anything that Carmelo Cardozo is doing that Angel Reese can't do. Scoring, rebounding. Well, I mean, blocks. I hear you on the 1.4, and you said she can't, meaning Angel can't block, but she gave 0.5. So to all the mathematicians, that rounds up to 1. So we're talking about 1 to 1.4 blocks. If we're talking about rounding up, I'm talking about. Like, to me, I think she is capable of blocking the ball. And again, because she can be a forward, I think she can actually guard smaller players. And she's 6'2" and lanky. She can't block shots now. Against a big, okay, I can hear you on the lower.
Ask her on the 0.5 blocks.
She's playing on the interior. But if Cardozo's there, she doesn't have to play on the interior.
So let me ask you this: can you tell me what their free throw percentages are? Because
Cardozo's is 73, and Angels is, and I'm rounding up by the way. And Angels is 74.
Okay, very similar free throw. So this is something that one looks at when you're talking about like potential to be a shooter.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I look at the same thing.
So I'm like, I've always watched Angel, and I'm like, is she ever going to have a reliable jump shot?
I think the jump shot can be reliable. I genuinely do. Using Cameron Brink. I'm not trying to harp too much on this guy.
Right.
But using Cameron Brink and your free throw thing as an example, I've looked at her because her shooting wasn't the best. I would like to see a little bit more, but also I'm expecting a little slow start from rookies. Right. You got to get your strength up exactly. But I think because of her free throw percentage, I think her mechanics are good enough where I'm like, her shot can drop.
Yeah, it's all about touch.
And I look at Angel Reese's shot in a similar manner. She hitches it right here, and shoots it. Now, because of her athleticism and speed and quickness, if they give her the shot, she can take it, but she should feel comfortable taking it. Because if not, you could actually just blow by. Right. And that's why I'm waiting to see the next step, which is, all right, the decision making. Because once you blow by, they're already double teaming you. So when you get there, all right, just slow down and make that next extra little read. Either you go up with it or you kick it out. But you should also know that too before you actually make the move. But that, I believe she can be more of a complete player. And I think someone like a Cameron Brink has more upside as well. Because, again, they are able to be versatile. She can guard the bigs, and she's at least projected to be able to guard the forwards as well. Cardoza, she's painted to be more of that interior presence. Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking.
I mean, Brink was the third pick, right?
Second.
Second pick? Well, that's why. You know, Cameron Brink has, from the very little, unfortunately, that we saw, she has such an incredible. I think the shot will come eventually. I think I have no hesitations about that. She's got. I mean, she's got so much in terms of the ability to shoot off the dribble, shoot from a set, just score. She's got a serious. She's got, as they say, a bag. Like she has everything at her disposal. She can find a shot from just about any spot on the floor. And when you can do that, that as a rookie especially, like that's important. The efficiency needs to improve, but that will come.
Do you got, Chris, let me ask you this. Do you think Cameron Brink reminds you of Chet Holmgren? And I know when some people hear this, right, they're going to go immediately to the skin complexion. Oh, you're saying that because they're white? No, not at all. Not at all. They're both thin. They both are supposed to be skilled scorers who use their length to shot block. Cameron Brink was one of the leading shot blockers in the league. Chet Holmgren was one of the leading shot blockers in the league. And I think over time, the expectation is they're going to get stronger and the skilled game is going to improve. Is that fair to say that Cameron Brink is similar to a Chet Holmgren for you?
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Who do you think is going to, and let me choose my words carefully, reach their potential first? Would it be Cameron Brink or would it be someone like a Chet Holmgren? And I'm curious, why do you feel that way? Because and the reason why I'm asking this is this something that's based on the player or is this something based on the situation?
If I'm looking at the situation, I'm definitely going to say Chet Holmgren because he's in a good system. He's in a good foundation.
Okay. If it was a player, out of curiosity, then if you were just focusing solely on the player, not the system, there, who do you think would reach their potential quicker? Would it be Cameron or Chet?
Yeah, definitely Chet.
So Chet for both sides. Okay. I'm gonna swing the question to you then. Which one do you feel like wins that? Is it Chet from a situation or Cameron from a situation, or is it or which one from a situation? Let's start with that.
Like which one has the better situation?
Which one would reach their potential quicker? Given the situation.
Given their situation. Yeah. I definitely think it's Chet. Obviously, someone like Chet is not going to have the statistics because there's so many. He has, Shea Alexander and two Jason Williams. He has two of them. And so many great players around him. You're not going to see it in the statistics, but in terms of being able to develop, he's going to have the freedom. He's going to have he's not going to have as much pressure to reach that level. And so he'll be able to do it naturally. I think he's much more assured to reach that. Whereas I think when you're playing for a team that's not winning a lot, there is a potential to get bad habits. And there's potential to sort of fall into prime example is, Cade Cunningham went into college. He was I
gotta stop you there.
Let me finish before you.
It's the environment that you're talking about. That's the reason why I was gonna say I gotta stop you there. I wouldn't.
No,
say
what
our
I said was
environment is
when I
similar
say
to theirs.
your habits change as a player is as a high schooler. Cade Cunningham had incredible. I mean, still does, but he had incredible playmaking promise. He goes to Oklahoma State. And he's really the most reliable player on that team.
Best player, yeah.
Yeah, and easily the only reliable scorer on that team.
Right.
So he really turned into a shot first and second kind of guy. Then he goes to Detroit, and they didn't have Jalen Duren at the time. So they didn't have the pieces around him. They didn't have great shooters either. So Cade Cunningham would work best in this sort of heliocentric high pick and roll system. And that's not what existed with the Pistons. So now he's still a good passer, but instead of at this point, I would think he would be averaging like 7-8 assists. He's more in like the 5 or 6 range. And I'm not saying like you get completely changed, you're corrected as a player. I'm just saying you're when you're in certain situations that require you to exemplify one thing more than being an all-around player. Someone like Cameron Brink, they might need Cameron Brink to score, and she won't be able to develop as much the playmaking aspect because she doesn't have the freedom to do so.
I don't think I think you're focusing too much on that playmaking aspect. I don't even think Chet Holmgren needs to play make as much. Well, no. I'm saying because when I'm looking at these players in their situations, y'all are right. Or at least, I'm glad you brought up how you're not on a team with an established environment, right?
Right.
But I also think too that kind of pushes you to either be the girl on the squad, like be the woman, you know what I'm saying, or you're going to be a role player. And this is now time for Cameron Brink to showcase why she should be the best player. So even with the injury, right? Okay, I'm gonna give her about 2 seasons to come back into shape and really get on track. Because you got to get the rust off. You also got to battle Paige Beckers potentially. You also got to battle Rickea Jackson, who was balling and is another rookie. So I mean, I like Cameron Brink's potential to get to her potential quicker than someone like Chet Holmgren, because Chet has to battle out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP, like candidate, like number 2. I thought he should have been MVP last season.
But it doesn't got.
Then you also got to do Jalen Williams. So right now, Chet Holmgren has to, at best case, be third option on his team. That's the role, his position. That's the role he's training for right now. Cameron Brink could potentially be the one option on our team.
Do you like Cameron Brink as ideally as the C, or would you prefer her as the 4?
I like her as the 4 right now.
Yeah. Because
strength-wise, she's not ready for that. Like I think someone like Azurá Stevens would be a good example for her to kind of learn from, because she's still slender but plays that center position, but she was also able to stretch the floor out. And then also pairing her with Rickea Jackson, I would be interested to see if Rickea could ever run that 4th spot, that power forward position. We play small ball, because then if we get a couple of shooters, all right, we're looking nice. Or if Rickea can just stay at the 2 or 3 option, shooting guard the small forward, cool, we can get a power forward then, or maybe a bigger forward to pair. Now we got someone at 6'4", all the way to 6 foot being our guard, and I'm factoring in we got Paige as the number 1 pick, and we got her. That's the reason why I say that. So I like that lineup personally, because we're skilled and we're defensive minded.
He's already
almost
tanking.
Across the board.
He's already tanking.
No, we got the number 1 pick. Like we were the worst team record wise. Yeah, like so we should, fingers crossed, we should get Paige Beckers because of this draft. But there's a lot of rookies to actually, like, it's a lot of entertainment to think about with these rookies, to figure out, to wonder about with these rookies.
You'll get Azzy fun and you like it.
I gotta wait and see. I gotta wait and see. Paige has been a little healthier than AZ. I can't hold her. But that was I would love to see about AZ. AZ's good. Olivia Miles is good too. There's some upcoming WNBA rookies that we all should be paying attention to. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the buzzer did kind of just go off. So what we gotta do apparently is take a quick little hiatus, pay some bills, come right back though, and we'll talk about more sports. So we'll be right back after a moment from our sponsors. Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Look, y'all heard the episode, right? We done talk about the finals, right? We done talk about rookies. I'm gonna just get right to it, fellas. It's a lot of people in the WNBA that's cool to watch. Who's your most exciting player to watch? Nick, we'll start with you.
Well, watching the finals, I mean, Courtney Williams, she is lightning quick. She is so entertaining to watch. I have not seen a WNBA player with a crossover that was that quick. I don't want to go full shades of Tim Hardaway Sr. because the UTEP two-step was just one of one. But I mean, I think it was like game one or something like that. She broke somebody's ankles. Unfortunately, I think she passed it and couldn't get the assist. Always messing up the highlights, people.
She got the ankle. She got the ankles.
And I remember even being like, woo, like out loud to nobody. I was like, woo.
No, she's definitely tough. She's definitely tough, bro.
She's got some of the best handles, some of the best quickness. I've seen some of the best ball control that I've seen in the WNBA.
Okay. I was not expecting Courtney Williams to be said as most exciting. I appreciate that too. Shout out Courtney. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Courtney. We love you, girl. Because she's a bucket. I said she's for me my sixth woman of the year. If we could throw her in there, because she gives me that Jamal Crawford vibe, right? And you mentioned something interesting about Tim's crossover, right?
Right.
And I think we got that quickness of the Tim crossover, but the build of Jamal Crawford, and they both could score. So I think all of them are in a similar cloth. I appreciate that one. That was a pretty good one.
I mean, only one of those two could shake and bake, though.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, the day Courtney Williams shakes and bakes, I'll buy a jersey. Like, the day if she breaks out a shake and bake, first of all, she better not do it against Chicago.
Go to Chicago and shake and bake. That's what he heard, and he'll buy the jersey. I don't know if that's motivating enough, but maybe if you buy the jersey, she'll go to Chicago and shake and bake. Huh? One of y'all gotta risk it.
Some of us gotta give.
One of y'all gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's what we hearing. Chris, who's your most exciting WNBA player? And if it's Courtney Williams, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to talk, and after that we'll push it. But if not, floor is yours.
Enrique Ogunwale.
No, I'm playing now. Enrique's solid, bro. Enrique a good one too. When did you become a fan of Enrique though?
You know, when she was at Notre Dame and the way that she lived.
Notre Dame.
Yes.
She went to Stanford.
No, she went.
She went to Stanford. No, I'm playing. She went to.
We're not doing that.
Don't confuse the casual, please. I need all the help I can get.
Don't do this today. But no, like, I've been a fan ever since she was at Notre Dame. Literally guide that team to upset win over UConn, and then turn around and won the national championship on a buzzer beater. Literally from like that point on, she has been one of my favorite WNBA players to watch.
Okay. Yeah, I love Enrique. She good people. Took a picture with me and everything. She didn't like the picture. She did not like the picture.
But you were in it.
That might be true. I thought about that. That was my third thought. Nah, nah, Rike's been electrifying, bro. WNBA All-Star game, she put belt to tail. And I'm like, we got to throw her in the Team USA selections at some point in time because she's that good. And she's still young. So, like, we got to get her on the team for 2028. We got to get her on the team for 2028. Because I need some scoring to help out with just a little bit. But she can also play make too, because I don't want too much focus on my exciting player. And I did rethink it for a smidge, but it's Breanna Stewart for me. It's Breanna Stewart. When we talk about college and WNBA, there's not too many players like her. So
men or women.
That, you know what I'm talking about?
Men or
like
women.
She did something that New York has been salivating for the longest. Helped bring them a championship. And again, Jonquel Jones was the finals MVP too. So I'm not trying to slight them at all, but Stewie for me was my most exciting player. Like easily could potentially go down as the GOAT of the WNBA. I know we talk about A'ja Wilson, but the start of Breanna Stewart's career. Yeah.
It's
sheesh.
It's
like what?
No, honestly, like I didn't mean to cut you off, but
you did, but I appreciate it.
But like you said, like they talk about Stewie, but they don't talk about her enough, like they do with A'ja, Aneka, like they like talk about like other players or stuff like that, but they never give the love that Breanna's Stewie should have. Cause like you said,
I will say they did, cause I remember like in the bubble specifically, they were hyping up Breanna Stewart. Like,
right.
I remember that because her start was ridiculous. Like she came in 2016. Already won an MVP and then has like 2 times. Like, bro, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that start is crazy. And we forget, she's 29 years old. A'ja Wilson is 28. Like, did I say that right? Did I get that right? Let me make sure before you know what I'm saying?
You can
but
say
but they're around the same age, though, bro. Like, she's 28, like I said. Yeah. So, we got 2-time champion and 2-time champion around the same age. We're hyping up A'ja Wilson because of the depoys. I do get that too. But we also got to remember Breanna Stewart and the start she had. They just beat the Aces to win this championship too. Not in the finals, but to get to the finals. So there's a case to say that, you know what, she might be rattling off some more chips. And we still not even talking about in college when she rattled off a gang of them. Now, UConn, dominant. She was the best player on UConn. On a dominant team. She was the best player. If she wasn't on that squad, I don't know if they win that many titles.
I think when you're a superstar, there is the potential to kind of be like the league kind of or the media or whoever's talking kind of can take it for granted, especially when you have somebody who's like newly on like center stage, mm-hmm. right? A'ja Wilson is the reigning MVP, won multiple championships more recently, like well, not anymore, but up until very recently. So there's only so much time one can talk about the top tier, the toppest tier of the league. So there is that sort of potential for Breanna Stewart, especially since she came into the league on fire and has since sort of continued that, but not really been sort of consistent. And now it's like, oh, A'ja Wilson's now winning all these MVPs, so we're going to talk more about her.
What have you done for me lately?
That being said, exactly. That being said, you're the big WNBA fan on this panel. You're supposed to be the one with the deep cut for most exciting player, and you come out here with like maybe the second biggest star in the league.
I'm a Stewie fan, bro. It's just like if you ask me who's my most exciting NBA player to watch, KD and Steph Curry. Still, those are my favorite players. And Breanna Stewart, for me, is the Kevin Durant of the WNBA.
That's fair.
It's like I'm sorry. I felt bad too when y'all said Courtney. I was like, "Ooh, that's a good one." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, the casual has the deeper cut than terrible.
No, it is what it is. It is what it is. But like mine is, I've been watching her for some time now. I will say when Paige comes into the league, it might be Paige That might be my favorite player.
She's got some.
Yeah, I do watch because I do like her game from an all around perspective. So, but there's so many WNBA players to like be excited about. That's why I did hate the notion that Caitlin Clark was the reason why we're watching WNBA. There was a few of us before here. Now, hold on. I understand she brought in a lot of value. Now let's see what happens next year. Because I'm curious if we can say, oh, well, we're only watching because of Caitlin Clark. Because she's not the best player. She's not, I'm sorry, like there's other reasons to watch the WNBA outside of Caitlin Clark now. Outside of Angel Reese. Like you have a lot, you just mentioned somebody who I've called the sixth woman of the year. Like at least the best sixth woman. Like, that's not a star.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's a really good player.
Yeah.
So.
And people forget Paige Becker's, like, Caitlin Fever kind of took over, during her last year in college, took over. But Paige Becker's, since her, freshman
high school year? No, since high school year.
She was the anointed. Yeah.
She was number one. Mm-hmm. Cameron Brink was number two.
Mm-hmm. And then Caitlin was 3.
I think she might have been a little lower. But like her and Angel, I think, and Angel Reese was higher as well.
Was Angel was 3?
I think Angel was 2. Cameron might have been 3rd or 4th, something like that.
Paige was 1, Angel was 2, and Cameron was 3.
Something like that. So it's like there are all these other rookies that we can definitely be putting some eyes on from an excitement standpoint. If you're focusing on the game, if you're focusing solely on their game, what are you about to say?
No, I mean, and also like if not for the injuries, we would also probably be talking about AZ. Like,
you know what I'm saying? And we ain't even got the Juju yet.
No, and putting up 15 billion points a game. Like,
exactly. Oh, come on, bro. I was really about to. All right, I guess. Y'all heard that the buzzer went off, unfortunately. So, dang, that's kind of a downer right there. I like this episode, dude. This was a good one. Nick, it sounds like that we got to bring you back onto the show and watch a little bit more WNBA. Because, ladies and gentlemen, he did not watch the WNBA initially, but this season he gave it a go run. Fair to say you'll repeat and watch him again?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sorry I wasn't there from the beginning. I wasn't born yet. So,
what year did you start watching, smart ass?
No, I started watching. I think I started paying casual attention, like really, really casual passing attention to the WNBA. Probably around like when I started watching basketball in general, but I haven't really started watching games until like last year.
Okay, got you. Yeah. And it is. You said earlier it was exciting. It was a good season. Sounds like you'll watch it again. So
yeah, actually, see. Aside from some NBA fans, I actually like basketball.
There it goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were able to help convert I guess you said casual fan. I'm using his words. Into more of a WNBA fan. So, I hope you all are paying attention. I hope you all convert just like Nick did. But more important, well, I guess maybe not more importantly. I ain't trying to be selfish. But almost as importantly, you can definitely like this show and follow along as well. Did you boys have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Thank you to the W. This was probably one of the best damn seasons I can say, and you can say too, we have for the longest times. Talking about sell out arenas. One of the best rookies class, I could say probably like a high minute.
It's up there definitely.
And we're grading as one of the greatest WNBA finals as well as too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all I can say is keep doing it, and please show these women some love.
Definitely. Let's say if you want to sneak anything extra, cool. If not,
like, comment, and subscribe.
Try to steal my bit. Okay. Like he said, like the smart man said, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey.
I'm your host, Chris.
And we're the hosts of Get a Bucket. Hope you all have a good one.
Take care.
All right. Bet. We have left. Excellent. We're right at the end.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.
Like I did something. So
Change the scenery a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Change the stage.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. Great choice. Great choice of way to fall there. That's crazy.
Perfect.
That's perfect. That was immaculate.
Exactly. You good with it.
I was going to say the N-word, but...
I'm not going to melt if I hear it. There's not Wicked Witch of the West out here.
Hey, would you call Bill Clinton it?
I'll call him light skin.
Okay, what about Ernie Johnson, though?
Yeah.
There you go.
Ernie can go to the cookout.
He has to help you.
All right.
Is Ernie Johnson white or black? Yes.
All right. Take, I guess technically two,
Technically
but still
one, right?
one.
'Cause we
Right,
haven't
yeah.
even-
I mean, we tried, but you know, it is what it is.
The clapper was like this, and he had to like.
Yeah.